storytellers we've ever seen. And I just think of all the incredible mythology that he created in human history. When I think of all the mythology that's been created in human history, Star Wars stands out. George dreamed up the quintessential saga of friends and enemies, love and war, the light side and the dark. And the stories and the characters that he created are beloved the world over, so much so that "May the Force be with you" is one of the most quoted lines ever in dozens and dozens of languages. His gifts for storytelling are matched by his incredible ability to innovate. And when he was making Star Wars in the 1970s, the technology that he needed to bring lifelike space battles to the screen just didn't exist. So what did George do? He invented it, weaving technology into his filmmaking to tell stories in an even more profound and more dramatic way. He married story and technology with his own imagination, and just like that, he transported us to a galaxy far, far away, and there was no looking back. He kept on innovating. A few years later, he hired a couple of young guys, Ed Catmull and John Lasseter, charging them with developing state-of-the-art computer technology for the film industry. That was the founding team. It was for what we all know today, Pixar. So to say George's contributions to storytelling are immeasurable, well, that is not an exaggeration. He has been a friend of Disney, as you just saw in the video, for many, many decades. As you know, he helped to create beloved attractions for our theme parks. It was my long-term wish that if George ever decided to focus on other things, he'd consider making Disney the new home for Star Wars. I pitched that concept to George a few years ago, the idea of buying Lucasfilm, and I promised him that we'd respect the legacy and bring the amazing storytelling of Star Wars to a new generation. And I stand here today feeling extremely grateful to George. So it is an incredible privilege to be associated with the universe George created, both for me personally and for the Walt Disney Company. And today we present him with our highest honor. Please join me in welcoming George Lucas.
The second day the parks opened, I was here, and I've been here every year since, and then in Florida, and then in Paris, and then in Tokyo, and look forward to Shanghai. Disney has always given me a great deal of inspiration. A lot of what I do came out of the joy, the awe, the experience I had in the movies, on television, and in the parks. And that's what I was trying to pass on with my work, was to inspire and make people have funny thoughts and think that they can do anything. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you how much of an influence Disney has been on me. I will say one secret that nobody knows, but this may get you in trouble. So, and that really scares it when I say things like that. Not very many people realize that Goofy was the inspiration for Jar Jar Binks. I know you look at it differently now. It's pretty obvious, actually. But I love Goofy, and I love Jar Jar Binks. And I just try to remember back what it was like when I was young, and what I got from Disney. I'm very happy to be here. I'm with two of my daughters. One of them is older and is sitting here trying to get into the movie business, just like me. The other one is 2 years old, and we're re-going through the park, realizing to watch it through her eyes is an amazing experience. And my oldest daughter still is completely obsessed with the parks and gets frightened on all of the, it's a small world and all that kind of stuff. But in the end, I think Disney has given me back much more than I've given Disney. I worked for years and years and years. We were together and apart and together and doing things all over the place. So it's a funny relationship, a friendship. We've been friends for a long time. I've never actually worked for Disney. I think Strange Magic's the only movie I ever made for you. I'm very happy that after all these years of pushing to get more and more Star Wars and Indiana Jones into the parks, the only way I could think of to do it was to get Bob to buy the company. So it's a great honor, and thank you.